Professor Dugan. This is my audience. And I will now begin for you speech number 4. Littering, not so cool. Imagine it's a nice sunny day. It's June, and say you've taken a stroll to your local nature preserve. Except there's a problem. The birds aren't chirping. The air smells rotten and foul. The water's murking, and it's clear there won't be any fishing today. As you continue on, you see no animals but vermin. Rats, mice, and the occasional raccoon. As you begin to take in the scenery, you see trash, wrappers, soda bottles, fast food, lunch bag, 6-pack rings, raw sewage, torn open trash bags, and old food. What's going on? Unfortunately, litter is going on. And while you may roll your eyes, I hope that you can understand the effects and causes of littering so that we can come closer to stopping it. Back to that once beautiful park. Maybe someone got lazy. Maybe they just missed. Or maybe they didn't see the real impact of littering. But all of them added to this mess, just by littering. Littering is a serious environmental problem in the United States, and its impacts can be found far and wide. Litter is sometimes hard to dispute because it can be difficult to define. First, there's obvious litter. Fast food waste, wrappers, bags, and cups. This accounts for more than 1/3 of all the pollution in the United States. Then there's plastic sacks, bottles and containers, 6-pack rings, and foam cups. Did you realize that every year Americans generate 30 billion foam cups? Lastly, there's organic litter, the hot button issue. There's dog or cat feces, leftover food, and even apple cores. And while we may not all agree on just exactly what litter is, its effects are clear. When we talk about litter, the first thing that may come to your mind is the environment, and rightfully so. Organic matter can negatively impact our waterways and streams through chemical and bacteria buildup. Trash can crowd animals' homes. Animals may eat the litter and die, or they may be driven from their homes or habitats. And excess litter is a fire hazard. Fires destroy habitats. Like I mentioned, while the first thing to come to your mind might be environmental issues associated with littering, there are also psychological, personal, and long-term effects of littering. First, litter is a public cost. We pay to have it removed. Secondly, litter begets litter. In other words, people who see litter lying around are much more likely to litter themselves. Also, litter creates a negative image, being dirty, and giving visitors or tourists no need to come back. I mean, think about it. When you see litter lying around your town, how does it make you feel? Happy? I didn't think so. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, litter is a public health risk. Broken bottles, sharp, jagged edges of cans don't make a very good playground for little Susie. Litter attracts vermin, which carry diseases. And as I mentioned earlier, litter can pollute our waterways. Did you realize that polluted water is a problem for over half of the world? And that each year there are 250 million cases of water-based diseases, which result in around 5 to 10 million deaths. It's a pretty outrageous number. So if litter is such a big problem, and it's not like we all haven't heard about it since we were young, why do people litter? Well, according to the Stone Circle, an educational endowment, laziness is the biggest problem when it comes to litter. And while none of us like to be called lazy, over half of all litter happens within 5 feet of a trash can. 5 feet! Have you ever been that person that aims and misses but leaves it there? Or how about the person that throws his or her fast food trash out the window just a few minutes before you get home, where there's a trash can? Like I said, none of us like to be called lazy, but we can all see what a big impact it has. And there may be other people that litter and don't know about it. Believe it or not, people can litter and not realize that they're even doing it. Have you accidentally dumped materials where you weren't supposed to, or not covered up the bed of your truck? and driven away. Also, people litter out of habit. They've seen their parents do it since they were young, and they've been littering since they could drive or perhaps even walk. Lastly, and perhaps most unfortunately considering the effects, some people litter deliberately. According to the state of Missouri, there are 5 types of people who litter. First, the people who don't. People who are environmentally conscious and pick up others' litter. Second, there are the inconvenients or lazies. It's too hard, it's too much trouble, or it's someone else's problem. And then there are the ignorants. Those who litter but don't see the link between what they do and the environment. There's the willful arrogance who say, sure, it's okay to litter in a city, but not out here in the country. And then there are the anti-establishments, those who make a clear and willful purpose out of littering. So now that we understand the effects, causes, and motivations behind littering, I bet you're wondering, what can I do? First, stop littering. They say it starts at home, and this is especially true with littering. Start at home, continue elsewhere. Save your trash until you get to a trash can, and dispose of your waste properly. Secondly, pick up litter. We've all seen the Adopt a Highway or other programs that allow us to volunteer time to pick up litter along highways or byways. Don't have time to volunteer, you say? Well, you don't have to go out of your way to reduce litter. Simply pick it up where you already see it in your everyday life. At the store, at work, or even at home. Also, you can make a game out of littering. Having fun won't kill you, but litter just might. Challenge your spouse, coworker, or child to see who can pick up the most litter. And lastly, raising awareness can be crucial to gaining support. You can talk to your friends or family about littering, get the community involved, or even send out a public service announcement. In addition, it's always great to work with organizations that have already been established, such as the Parks and Recreation Department and the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA. Litter is big. Today, I hope I've been able to show you just how big. Back to that nature preserve. If the first story I told you didn't really appeal to you, how about this one? It's June, and the sun is shining. Fresh air blows, and the birds chat happily in the trees. Thick, green vegetation blooms everywhere. You even see a fawn chomping merrily on its breakfast. The water's clear and clean. Better? I thought so. Remember, reducing litter starts with you. And while you may feel small against such a big problem, don't be discouraged. Others are out there fighting just as hard. I know I am. Are you?